Jai Gurudev. It's inspiring to hear about the forward thinking strategies you have in place with the focus on integrating digital literacy and mental health into Yltp. How do you envision the future of leadership, and will these newer dimensions like technology and mental well being become just as central as the leadership skills and community service that were initially at the core of the program? That's a great question. The future of leadership is definitely evolving, and it's exciting to think about how we can shape it. In the past, the leadership was often seen as someone who made decisions from the top down, but now leadership is more about empathy, adaptability, and resilience. The challenges of the modern world, be it in the digital realm or mental health, require leaders who not only have the technical skills but also the emotional intelligence to navigate complex situations. Digital literacy and mental well being are becoming foundational skills for the next generation of leaders. For example, digital literacy isn't just about knowing how to use technology, it's about understanding its power, its potential for positive change, and its risks. As youth continue to get exposed to these tools, they will need the ability to make informed decisions and use technology ethically, creatively, and responsibly. Similarly, mental health is integral to effective leadership. The pressure of today's world, including social media, economic disparities, and the pace of change, have made mental health a critical aspect of leadership training. While TP is already integrating these aspects to build resilient, empathetic leaders who can not only lead with a vision but also support and guide their communities through difficult times. In this sense, these new dimensions will absolutely become central to our leadership training moving forward. We want to ensure that leaders trained through YLTP are equipped not just to lead projects but to handle the emotional and digital complexities of the modern world. I love how you are redefining leadership with these evolving needs. Do you think YLTP might start to incorporate more formal educational programs such as certifications or partnerships with institutions to further equip the youth with the necessary skills? Absolutely. We are constantly looking at ways to formalize and further institutionalize the YLTP model to meet evolving demands. Currently, YLTP is a comprehensive hands on program, but we understand that there is an increasing need for formal recognition of the skills and knowledge that our Yuvacharyas gain through their training. This is why we are exploring partnerships with academic institutions, NGOs, and international organizations to create certification programs that will add an extra layer of credibility to the skills our youth develop. These certifications would not only recognize leadership but also the specific skills in digital literacy, project management, community health, and mental wellness. By partnering with educational institutions, we can also ensure that Yuvacharyas have access to higher level courses and resources that allow them to further build on their training. We envision a system where a Yuvacharya can attend a YLTP, gain practical experience through community projects, and then obtain formal certifications that enhance their employability and credibility in the development sector, thus opening up new opportunities for them both locally and globally. That sounds like a wonderful way to integrate the program more deeply into educational framework. Speaking of employment opportunities, how do you see the Yuvacharyas transitioning from volunteer work into potential careers? Are there opportunities for them within the Art of Living organization or in the larger development sector? The transition from volunteer work to professional careers is something we have been increasingly mindful of, and it's something that we actively support. Many of our Yuvacharyas, after completing their training and participating in various community initiatives, do find meaningful roles within the Art of Living organization itself. They can take on leadership roles in managing projects, mentoring new Yuvacharyas, or leading training workshops, which allows them to continue their journey of service and leadership within the Art of Living network. But the opportunities don't end there. Yuvacharyas are uniquely positioned to transition into careers in the larger development sector because of the diverse and practical skills they gain during the program. Many of them go on to work with other NGOs, government agencies, or international organizations where they lead projects related to health education, rural development, and more. We also support entrepreneurship initiatives. In some regions, Yuvacharyas have started their own social enterprises which focus on addressing local issues like sustainable farming, water conservation, and even digital education. The leadership qualities combined with the hands on experience they have gained make them highly capable of running their own ventures or launching impactful initiatives. So, whether within Art of Living or in the larger development ecosystem, there are a multitude of career paths available to our Yuvacharyas. The program doesn't just equip them with leadership skills, it gives them a broad range of competencies that are highly valued in the development sector. That's amazing. The YLTP truly creates a diverse range of opportunities for its participants. Given the breadth of the program and its impact, how do you ensure that the core values of the art of living, such as compassion, service, and mindfulness, remain central, especially as the program expands? This is one of the fundamental principles we hold dear in the art of living community. No matter how much we expand or adapt the program, the core values of compassion, service, and mindfulness are non negotiable. These values are woven into every aspect of YLTP and they form the foundation of the leadership training. The practice of Sudarshan Kriya, for instance, is an integral part of the training that helps to ground Ayovacharyas in inner peace and mindfulness. We also emphasize the importance of selfless service in all the projects they undertake, encouraging them to work for the betterment of others without expecting anything in return. This sense of service is what distinguishes the leadership we cultivate. It's not just about achieving personal success, but about lifting others up along the way. As the program expands internationally, we are very mindful about maintaining these values, especially when working with diverse cultures. While the challenges may vary from one region to another, the essence of mindfulness and service remains universal. We ensure that all the trainers, mentors, and senior project leaders reflect these values in their own lives, which naturally gets passed down to the Yogacharyas. Additionally, regular reflection sessions, group meditations, and community building activities are part of the program to reinforce these values at every stage. This keeps the human aspect of leadership alive even in the face of scaling up and tackling more complex global issues. It's clear that the art of living philosophy is deeply embedded in the program's DNA. As we wrap up, what message would you like to share with young people who might be considering joining YLTP, particularly those who might be unsure about the ability to lead or make a difference? I would say to any young person considering YLTP, don't doubt yourself. Leadership is not about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about showing up, having the courage to learn, and being open to service. You don't need to be born a leader. What YLTP offers is the opportunity to discover and cultivate the leader within you. YLTP is not just about developing leadership skills in a theoretical sense, but about putting those skills into action through hands on projects. You will learn, fail, succeed, and grow. You will become part of a network of like minded individuals who will support you and help you every step of the way. The world needs leaders who are compassionate, resilient, and mindful. If you have the heart to serve and the will to make a difference, the YLTP is the perfect place for you to start that journey. Thank you for those powerful words and for taking the time to share the incredible work being done through YLTP. It's truly exciting to see how the program is evolving and making a global impact. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. We are deeply committed to the mission of empowering you to the change they wish to see in the world. And we are excited to continue this journey with so many inspiring young leaders. Jai Gurudev, thank you for so much for joining us today. The Youth Leadership Training Program YLTP has made remarkable strides since its inception. To start, could you tell us about the program's core principles and how it has evolved over the years? Jai Gurudev, it's a pleasure to be here. The Youth Leadership Training Program YLTP is deeply rooted in the philosophy of empowerment from the very beginning. The goal was to not just provide skills to the youth but to nurture them as active drivers of change within their communities. The core principles has always been about self-empowerment, helping individuals grow personally through tools like meditation, yoga, and breathing techniques, and then enabling them to transfer that knowledge to uplift their communities. Over the years, the program has evolved to address various developmental challenges from rural education and disaster management to child rights and health. The program trains you to take ownership of projects from planning to execution, ensuring they become change agents within their local context. The concept of Yuvacharyas is quite unique. Could you explain what this term means and the kind of transformation it symbolizes for the youth involved? Absolutely. The term Yuvacharya translates to youth leaders who not only lead projects but embody the spirit of selfless service. These young leaders are at the heart of the YLTP. When youth graduate from the program, they are equipped with the practical leadership tools, but they all are also deeply transformed within. This transformation happens through a process of self-discovery, which is enhanced by the tools we provide, like the Sudarshan Kriya breathing technique, which fosters clarity, inner peace, and resilience. Our Yuvacharyas carry a strong sense of ownership for the projects they take on, whether it's building homes or working on environmental conservation. They step into leadership roles, leading initiatives that drive positive change in their villages. And beyond, it's a shift from being passive participants to active change makers. Over the years, how has the YLTP been instrumental in addressing issues like disaster management, child rights, and rural development? The beauty of the YLTP model is its adaptability, whether it's managing a natural disaster, or promoting sustainable farming practices. The program empowers the youth to take charge. For instance, in disaster stricken areas, our trained Yuvacharyas have been able to coordinate relief efforts, provide psychological support, and rebuild communities often more effectively because of their deep understanding of the local culture and needs. In the realm of the child rights, our trained leaders have worked with local authorities to raise awareness and implement change at the grassroots level. As for rural development, we have seen the YLTP model create a lasting impact by training youth to lead initiatives in clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. These initiatives not only address immediate needs but also focus on long term sustainability, ensuring the projects remain successful even after the volunteers move on. There is an impressive scale of reach. The program has touched over 2 lakh youth and extended into 40,000 villages. What role do the Yuvacharyas play in maintaining the continuity of these projects? That's a great question. Yuvacharyas are the guardians of these projects. Once the groundwork is laid by the initial teams, the Yuvacharyas ensure that the projects continue even after they have been formally completed. They become the custodians of continuity. Take the example of building toilets or setting up bore wells. These are not just physical structures but part of a larger effort to change mindsets around hygiene and sanitation. The Yuvacharyas not only ensure the project is implemented properly, but they also monitor its long term success. They organize community meetings to check in on the progress, troubleshoot any issues, and ensure that the benefits continue to reach the people for whom the project was intended. This local leadership and ownership is what makes a model truly sustainable. You have mentioned that how YLTP works on mindset transformation. Can you expand on how that shift happens, especially in communities where traditional mindsets might be difficult to change? Changing mindsets is definitely one of the more challenging aspects, but also the most rewarding. It's a gradual process that begins with the personal transformation. Through practices like Sudarshan Kriya, participants are able to clear mental blockages, release stress, and open their minds to new possibilities. This leads to an inner shift, a shift from I am helpless to I am capable of change. Once these youth feel empowered, they go back to their communities with a different outlook. They start leading by example, whether it is by promoting health and hygiene or educating others about child rights. The influence is often subtle but powerful. The community witnesses the changes firsthand and begins to adopt these new ideas themselves. We have seen entire villages transform from areas of pessimism to vibrant hubs of collaboration and growth, driven by the youth who were once part of the program. The statistics around the program's impact are astounding: over 2.3 million trees planted and over more than 16,000 toilets built, and medical camps reaching millions. How do you envision the future of ILTP, especially as the program continues to scale? We are incredibly proud of the impact we have made so far, but we are only just scratching the surface. The future of ILTP is about scaling, but also deepening our engagement with communities. In the next phase, we are focusing on building more model villages that integrate education, health, sanitation, and environmental sustainability into one cohesive program where Yuvacharyas lead and inspire change across multiple dimensions of development. Another important focus is the global expansion of the program. While the program has reached over 40,000 villages in India, we see tremendous potential to take this model to other countries, adapting it to local contexts and empowering youth globally. Ultimately, we see the future of YLTP as a worldwide movement where youth across the globe will come together to create sustainable change in their communities. It's inspiring to hear how YLTP is transforming not only the lives of individuals but entire communities. Finally, if you could share one key piece of advice with young people what who aspire to become Yuvacharyas, what would it be? My advice would be simple but profound. Believe in your inner strength. The world is filled with challenges, but each of us has the potential to make a difference. The YLTP is not just a training program; it's a journey of discovering your own capacity for change, both within yourself and in the world around you. Don't wait for someone else to solve problems. Be the solution. Lead by with empathy, perseverance, and the spirit of service. When you align your actions with a purpose greater than yourself, the transformation you will experience and the impact you will have on others will be truly remarkable. Thank you so much for your time and insights today. It's clear that the YLTP and the Yuvacharyas are doing remarkable work, and we look forward to seeing how the program continues to inspire change in the future. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to share this journey with you. Together, we can continue to build a world of empowered, compassionate youth who are already ready to lead and create lasting change. Jai Gurudev. Yeah, Gurudev, it's inspiring and incredible to see how YLTP has been growing and impacting so many communities. I would like to shift the focus a bit. Could you elaborate on how the program has worked in rural areas specifically, and what are some of the unique challenges you have faced in these settings? Absolutely, working in rural areas brings its own set of challenges, but it also offers profound opportunities for transformation in rural India. There is often a lack of infrastructure, education, and awareness, which can make it difficult to introduce new ideas or projects. The challenge is not just logistical, it's about overcoming deep rooted mindsets and social norms. That's where the Yuvacharyas come in. They are from these very communities, so they understand the local context, be it the challenges of water scarcity or the taboos around sanitation. They have the trust of the people because they speak the same language, literally and figuratively. One of the biggest hurdles we have faced is the lack of access to modern tools and resources, but the YLTP training equips youth with enough leadership, communication, and problem solving skills to work with what they have. Overcoming these challenges requires patience, continuous learning, and a lot of heart. But once communities begin to see results like clean water or functioning toilets, the change becomes self sustaining. The concept of integrating local knowledge with modern solutions is so powerful. Can you share some examples of how the program has combined traditional wisdom with modern techniques, especially in areas like natural farming or environmental sustainability? Yes, that's one of the most exciting aspects of the YLTP, blending traditional knowledge with modern solutions. In the case of natural farming, many of our yuvacharyas are trained to reintroduce organic farming methods, which have been practiced in rural India for generations. These methods are sustainable and in harmony with nature. What we have done is introduce modern techniques such as soil testing, water management technologies, and organic certification processes to complement traditional farming methods. This integration has allowed farmers to improve crop yield while maintaining ecological balance. For example, in one of our projects, we worked with a rural community in Madhya Pradesh. They had a long history of farming, but yields were dwindling because of pesticide use. By teaching them natural farming methods and using biological pest control, the community was able to revitalize their farming practices. The added benefit was the economic stability that came with the shift. Produce became organic certified, fetching a higher market price. Similarly, in environmental sustainability projects, we combine traditional methods like rainwater harvesting with modern technologies such as biogas plants and solar powered systems. The goal is to make these communities self sufficient in energy and water and also to reduce their carbon footprint. We have seen great success with this approach because people are comfortable with the traditional practices but can also see the practical benefits of integrating new techniques. That is fascinating. You have mentioned the importance of personal transformation in the YLTP. In your experience, how do participants describe the change they undergo and how does this transformation manifest in their leadership and community involvement? The transformation is profound and it often surprises the participants themselves. When they first join the program, many young people come from difficult circumstances, poverty, social isolation, or a lack of opportunities. They may feel disconnected from the larger world and their sense of purpose is often unclear. What they experience through the program is a deepening of self awareness. The practices of yoga and meditation help them develop clarity, and breathing techniques like Sudarshan Kriya help reduce stress, bringing peace and focus. A major part of this transformation is a shift from self centeredness to a mindset of service. Participants start to see that their lives have meaning not just for themselves but for their families and communities. They start believing in their own capabilities. For example, a young person who once felt shy and unsure about speaking in public can later lead community meetings or advocate for their rights. They gain their confidence to take on roles that would have previously seemed daunting. This newfound leadership extends beyond the individual. When these young leaders go back to their villages, they carry that energy, encouraging others to join and participate in collective efforts. The transformation is visible in the way they carry themselves in their decision making and how they inspire others to take action. It sounds like the program is truly about creating a ripple effect. Looking to the future, what innovations or new approaches are being considered to expand the reach and impact of the YLTP? We are always thinking about how to evolve and expand. One of the new approaches we are considering is the integration of technology into the program. For instance, we are exploring how mobile applications can be used to help Yuvacharyas track the progress of projects, stay connected with other leaders across the country, and access resources and training materials. This can help enhance the efficiency of their work and make the sharing of best practices easier. We are also looking into using digital platforms to train youth leaders in a more interactive and scalable way. The idea is to provide digital tools for remote villages so that they can continue learning and applying leadership skills even when access to physical workshops is limited. Another area we are focusing on is empowering women through ILTP. While women have always been involved in our programs, we want to increase their participation by designing programs specifically for young women in rural areas. Women have often have the power to bring about change in their households, but they lack formal leadership opportunities. By specifically tailoring leadership programs for young women, we hope to inspire even greater community wide transformation. That's really exciting. Lastly, as someone deeply involved in this transformative work, how do you personally stay motivated and focus on the long term vision of ILTP, especially given the scale and challenges involved? It's definitely a long journey, and like any big vision, it comes with its set of challenges. For me, staying connected to the heart of the program is key. The personal stories of transformation keep me motivated, whether it's a hearing about a